Your dancing was so beautiful tonight. How did it go?
Went great. It was fun dancing with Ken again.
And how do you know Ken?
I danced with Casey Kono and with Ken from when I was 5, so a long time ago we danced together.
Do you have a favorite memory with Ken?
I remember dancing at East West Players with Ken and Casey and a whole bunch of other people, and I remember dancing that same song. And back then it was a little too sexy for me because I was like in elementary school, so I never actually danced that song with Ken before, but I remember him dancing it, and it was always so funny, and I loved watching it.
So you have a new memory to go down in the books tonight.
Yes, definitely.
What do you think of Happy Ken here?
I like it.
And, oh yeah, is there anything that you want to say to Ken?
Happy birthday, Ken. It was great dancing with you today.
How do you know Ken?
I know Ken, and this is no offense, but I actually just want to take the mic, and I'm going to talk to you, Ken. I remember when I first saw my wife on stage, and you know how you get hit by sort of that lightning bolt or something? Well, for me, there was that, but then I kept getting distracted by like this other guy that's, how old is this guy? And that was way back when, and now I look at you and you look the exact same, so I guess that's still like, wow, how old is this guy? But now I know you're 80, and you know I'm kidding, and I love you very much, and I'm sorry that I don't see you very often, but every time I see you, I feel like it's been yesterday since I saw you. So here's to another 80 years, right? Because I know the secret. And
How do you know Ken?
Oh gosh, we know Ken from East West Players.
I've known Ken since I understudied on And the World Goes Round, which was back in 2000. But go ahead, yeah.
Favorite memory?
Favorite memory? I guess I would like, for one of the shows at East West Players, he was the prop master for Pippin, and he made like this awesome looking duck. And this duck was like silver and everything, and when he showed it to me, he like showed how it was like remote controlled, and I just thought that was like the coolest thing. It's like Ken, he's awesome. It was really cool.
My favorite memory was the bird from Imelda coming out and swaying that thing around. I hope you found it. I swear I didn't take it home.
Anything you want to say to Ken?
Oh, Ken.
Oh, yeah.
Ken, we love you. I mean, you are one of the most lovable, heartwarming, and every time, when we come to the theater, especially at East West Players, it's just like a nice home, and
we love seeing you.
Yeah,
Your smiling
thank you
face.
so much, for
Thank
always
you.
being there, and for being like our part of the theater family outside of home, and we love you very much.
Happy birthday!
And you dance like a MFer. You are so good when we saw you up on stage. I love your Hawaiian dancing. It was so cool. I saw you cheating. You were checking to make sure you got the steps right, but you remembered it and loved it. It was awesome.
Love you.
Bye.
Getty,
Yes.
finally we can have a Kim sandwich.
A Kim sandwich.
A Kim sandwich.
Kim sandwich.
Oh, we love you, kid.
Okay.
How do you know Ken?
Ken and I did a show for the 442nd, and he played my dad. And then I danced for Casey Kono, and Ken was always my partner when we did Papalina, so I really enjoyed that. So we love you, Ken. Happy birthday. And we're going to come kidnap you and take you to lunch soon. Okay?
Yeah, I mean, and then Ken came to our wedding, right? Yeah. Because Casey choreographed it, right? Yeah, it's been a while, almost 15 years.
Love you. I'm going to take this home with me, okay?
Do you have a favorite memory?
Dancing hula with Ken, and he kept looking at me because the boys' part was different from the girls' part. I'm like, no, you go that way. I'm going this way, you go that way. That was the best.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really say. He's always just been a really good guy. So we're really glad that it all worked out that we could be here tonight. So.
We love you. Happy birthday.
Big happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Ken.
How are you enjoying the party?
Oh, so much fun. was so much fun. Really, really fun. Really, really fun. It's the best way to celebrate such an amazing man. So,
How do you know Ken?
I don't know, Mr. T. Oh gosh, I think through John maybe, but just from being, I don't know.
From East West Players, yeah. So knew him when he was designing costumes in '96 in the old space on, well, not the old space, but the one on Santa Monica Boulevard, Silver Lake. So
Favorite memory?
Probably during maybe either No Boy or one of those, just hanging out with him.
his chocolate mochi. His chocolate mochi. Favorite memory. I love your chocolate mochi, Uncle Ken.
I've heard about this famous chocolate mochi, and I'm very sad I haven't tried it. Sounds good.
It's pretty good, yeah. And I think if you ask Nice, he might actually give you the recipe for it.
Good to know. You want to give a big happy birthday?
Yes.
Happy birthday, Mr. T. Here's your 80th and many more decades to come.
How are you enjoying the party?
Great. I'm Natalie Chopel. I work with Ken at East West Players. And he was in Hawaii when I did props for Uncle Tadao. And I had to run the whole props because I fired the prop guy.
Favorite memory?
When I cleaned the refrigerator out at East West Players, I defrosted the freezer, and he said he would marry me. But luckily, neither of us ever got married.
How do you know Ken?
I know Ken from East West Players. No, that's not true. I know Ken from, we have the same agent, same print agent. He's been my dad before.
Is this a good example?
Yes, he's so cute. Oh, I love Ken. Yes, it's a good example. Good likeness.
Favorite memory?
Favorite memory. My favorite memory. Well, one memory I have is when I had planned to have lunch with him, and I went to his house, and he forgot that we were supposed to have lunch. So I ended up driving him to an audition. And then he got a call back. We picked up lunch really quick, but it was his face when I knocked on the door, and he had no idea why I was there. But I saw him in the window looking over his lines, and I knocked on the window, and he was like, "What are you doing here?" And I said, "We're having lunch," and he forgot. But I know he still loves me, so it's okay.
That's awesome. Anything you want to tell Ken?
Ken, I love you. Happy 80th. You're my hero. And you're so cute.
How do you know Ken?
Gosh, we know Mr. T just from the Asian American theater community. He's just kind of just one of those key figures. Everybody knows him, and he's just a popular guy.
Very much so. Everyone knows Mr. T. Yeah.
How are you guys enjoying the party tonight?
It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of food. There's a lot of people we haven't seen in a while, a lot of familiar faces. So that's, I mean, just the fact that all these people have come together for Mr. T and just to celebrate him. It's
very sweet. It's
is.
charming.
And the fact that, like, we all love the guy, and he's the reason that we're all here. He's the reason that we've all kind of come together to celebrate.
And everyone in their Hawaiian garb.
Favorite memory?
Probably, I guess, at his place when we were all like saying goodbye to Jared, and
oh yeah,
that was nice.
Yeah,
and
he kind of gave up his kind of offered his home so we could throw a going away party for a friend of ours, and also after a screening at the VC Film Fest, we totally saw Mr. T like strolling the streets with this like group of like much younger people, and we're like, whoa, Mr. T like parties. That's really cool.
Anything you want to say to Mr. T?
We think you're awesome, Mr. T, and we hope we get to be as cool as you when we're your age.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
How do you know Ken or Mr. T?
I know him when I started East West Players, when East West Players was still on Santa Monica, and I did a play called Sound of a Voice, Oh no, I'm sorry. And the social dance. I'm sorry. Yeah, and the social dance at East West Players, and he was there, and the most memory I had him was I didn't see him on the play. He was in, previously, but somebody told me he had watch when he was, he had a watch on the stage when he was performing. So I thought that was funny, and he always welcomed me, even though I speak barely, like good English. So I was very, like I had a warm feeling, every time I see him. Yeah.
Definitely. And you want to say anything to Ken right now?
Just happy birthday, and I'm so good to know you, and I hope you have maintain good health and good luck and have fun.
How do you know Ken?
When I first came to East West Players around, over 20 years ago, I met Ken in our musical theater class. And I gotta say, he has been an inspiration to me. I just respect his love of learning and learning new things, and I wish him a happy birthday.
Do you have a favorite memory that you can think of or can share?
Let's see. Gosh, I can't think of anything. This is bad. Sorry.
Every memory is good.
Let's see. I just love how he's just, when he's working on a show, he's just present. He's doing things. Your props are ready for you. I remember, I think it was when we were doing Heading East, there was a big turkey that was supposed to be in the scene. It was a Thanksgiving scene. And I think at first, Mr. T used a real turkey and glazed it and then realized it didn't work and then ended up having to make a paper mache one.
That's awesome. And anything you want to say to Mr. T?
Happy birthday. You are an inspiration.
Hey, how do you guys know Ken?
Oh gosh, through East West Players. That's the first time I met Mr. T.
Yeah,
How about
East West
you?
Players. East West Players.
Favorite Mr. T memory?
Oh gosh, you first.
Shoot, I got to think about it.
Okay, I got one. It was my first play with East West Players. It was Mysterious Skin. And I just remember how nice he was. He showed us all our props backstage. But I met him before that, but I really got to know Ken through that whole process, and I've just loved his spirit. He's amazing. Happy birthday.
I was working with on a show with him in 2001. I was in the pit, so he was doing costumes for this scantily clad show, and he had to have a meeting with Tim to tell the cast to stop eating extra food off the table because they were all busting out of their bikinis and stuff. I thought it was fun. So,
Anything you want to say to Mr. T tonight?
happy birthday, Ken. We love you.
Yeah, happy birthday, Ken. I hope to see you a lot more this year and every other year after that. Happy 80th. Love you. Bye.
How do you know Ken?
Oh, well, I know Ken through East West Players, and I've known him as the most incredible costume designer and prop master, really. He's so inventive, and he's been able to create the most incredible artistic work for us at East West Players.
I know Ken through her, because I belong to her. But I'm going to take this t-shirt, which says, "Don't be so conservative," to South Carolina, where I'm going to do a play next month. I think it'll be really good to do it at Hilton Head, South Carolina.
Nice. It's a really awesome t-shirt.
Isn't it? Don't be so conservative.
And I love mine because it's be free. Love it.
I like it too. It's awesome. I think I have that exact one, so I'm excited. A favorite memory?
A favorite memory? Oh, well, for me, I have to bring up Crimes of the Heart by Beth Henley.
It's a great play.
It is, and we got to do an all-Asian version of that, and I got to direct, and Ken was my prop master. And it was magnificent because he helped us feel like Asians first of all, we have a huge history in this Deep South, and because of his set dressings and all the props, we were able to feel like really at home in the Deep South, and our audiences, we could transport them there. So it was really incredible. Yeah.
That's That's awesome. I'm from the South, so I totally get it.
Oh, right on. Great.
Favorite memory?
My favorite memory is watching that video tonight of all of his film exploits over the years, both real and imagined.
Nice. And anything you want to say tonight?
Mahalo.
Yes. Mahalo. We love you so much, Ken. Happy 80th birthday, and we look forward to more.
How do you like your T-shirt?
I love it. It's awesome.
Don't let it end up at Goodwill.
Okay, I want.
How do you know Ken?
I work with him at the East West Players.
And do you have a favorite memory with him at all?
Oh yeah, well, he's been helping me in many ways. Yeah, I really appreciate it.
And anything you want to say?
Okay, Ken, happy birthday. Thank you for everything you've done for me, and I hope we had a great birthday.
And how do you know Ken?
I know him because of East West Players, and I rented his house in Westerly for 8 years, 10 years. So I've known him for quite a long time. We've been on stage together. Yeah, known him for a long time.
Favorite memory?
I think it's our song that we did in Follies. Shaka Bra.
And anything you want to say to Ken tonight?
Happy birthday, Ken. I love you.
What do you think of Happy Ken?
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Just fine. This is a great day for Ken to be 80 years old, and in his wonderful physical condition is terrific. Yes, I really think he's great. And he's been an awfully good friend. He's so helpful and kind and considerate. He really deserves this big birthday party, yes.
Do you have a favorite memory?
Favorite memory? Well, just the fact that when I did those shows at East West Players, he was always there with a helping hand. Okay?
And what do you think of Happy Ken right here?
I think he's bigger than me now. I think whoever planned this did a wonderful job. Really a wonderful job. I think it's terrific. So,
And anything you want to say to Ken?
happy birthday, Ken. I hope you make many more. Let's head for 92.
What do you guys think of Happy Ken?
We love Happy Ken.
We love Happy Ken, yeah.
How do you know Ken?
I know Ken from East West Players. I choreographed the play over there, a couple plays. And then we've been friends ever since.
And I had the pleasure of meeting Ken through my other half, and he is our regular lunch date now.
Favorite memory?
A favorite memory for me would be a lunch date that was supposed to be an hour that turned into 8 hours.
It was a long
And 2 or
lunch
3
date.
different restaurants.
Yes.
Like breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
Yes.
Absolutely.
And anything that you want to say to Ken?
Hau'oli lahanau ya'oe. We love you with all our heart, and we wish you the very best on your 80th birthday.
Love you, Ken.
Ashley. Yes.
Do you know Ken?
Do you know Ken? Okay. Do you have a favorite memory, even from tonight, that you created?
I don't know if I have a favorite memory, but I vacationed with Ken. So I will say one of my favorite memories of Ken is watching this old man go in the water, and he's a local, so you don't forget this stuff. He just went in the water. I'm a decent swimmer, but I'm not. But he just started backstroking like he was strolling. Very impressed with his physical stamina. But I will say that my favorite thing about Ken is he's a true patron of the arts, and not necessarily like giving, like the Medici's giving money to painters, but he's been supporting artists, whether by giving them places to live, or giving of his services, or attending shows. to sustain. It's a life dedicated to art and to artists, and I really can't think of a higher calling. He's been a godsend, an angel to particularly Asian American artists, maybe to Hawaiian artists, and really a beautiful fixture in Los Angeles as well. He's been, and as a person who was young once and came and met him already old, someone who was encouraging of young people, at an age when you need older people to say you're okay. And when as Asian American artists, a lot of us are going against our parents' wishes and doing something that is frowned upon in a family system, and to have an older person support you, say you're doing great, it's okay. Older Asian Americans to younger Asian American artists starting out, their approval is very important. And he's someone who embraced young artists, and I, for one, will always be grateful, and I admire it, and will try to continue his service.
Awesome, thank you. Is there anything that you want to say to Ken?
Fuck off.